Hey, I'm Juliana. I haven't really posted in a while because I've been working weird hours and shifts. So I haven't really been on YouTube and posting more, but I'm gonna try to post more and stuff because I really gotta get the hang of this, you know? So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about why loving yourself makes yourself a better person. So let's just get into the topic today. So number one, you set boundaries with people. If you don't set boundaries with people, people would take advantage of you. Okay? There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries with anybody. You can set boundaries with pretty much anybody you know. Your mom, your dad, your teacher, your brother, your coworkers, anybody. Boundaries are basically like a set of rules that you put for yourself. And these rules are basically teaching the other person how to treat you. Because some people don't really know how to treat others respectfully. And it could be depending on where they're from, who raised them, or really how they feel about themselves as well. So when you set boundaries, people, you're teaching another person how to treat you. And setting boundaries isn't supposed to be a negative thing either. So when someone tries to set boundaries with you, it's not supposed to be negative. It could feel offensive because it's like, what do you mean? What did I do to you? Like, I ain't doing nothing to you. Like, I'm just playing with you. Like, all this stuff, when how people react to when you set boundaries with them. But there is a certain way you should set boundaries with people. You can't just, set boundaries with them like in a way that's like very demanding. You should set boundaries in the most calmful way. Like, hey, like, please don't do that. I don't like how you treat me like that. Like, you literally don't have to be rude about it. All you have to do is literally be kind to set boundaries with people. Okay? And also, if you don't set boundaries with people, they just walk all over you and treat you any type of way. And if you set boundaries with somebody and they literally like don't respect the boundary and they just cross the line, they probably don't have respect for you like you think they do. Because some people, they think they can do whatever they want, like have this rebellious mindset, or they think they have this self-control in their mind, but half the time they really don't. So when they like overstep and like literally cross the boundaries, they're low-key disrespecting you. Because it's like you set rules for yourself and this person don't follow the rules. And that tells you a lot to how they feel about you and what they think about you. And parents, sometimes toxic parents, when you set boundaries with them, sometimes they may take it offensive, like, why are you setting boundaries? I mean, I'm your mom and your dad. And it's like, it don't matter because your parents could do you dirty too. Anybody could do you dirty. It doesn't matter who they are in this world. This world has this thing with light and dark in it, and people follow dark more than they follow light. And some people don't even realize they're following the darkness more than they're following the light. So people who are following the dark may not even be respecting you like they think they are. So that's why you have to set boundaries with people. Because we are living in the world where it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get disrespected anyway. So you have to set boundaries for yourself, like especially as a woman, because women have so many qualities about them that men crave. Like men, even though they can be manipulative, even though they can be abusive, there is something about a woman a man craves. And that is her energy. That's her feminine energy. That is her body. And when a woman doesn't actually set boundaries for herself, a man would take advantage. And he can just think he can do whatever he wants with you. But when you set boundaries for yourself, it teaches the other person to respect you. Like, oh, I'm not going to do that to Juliana because I know she don't like that shit. No, I don't like that shit. So don't do with that shit. So therefore, you have to set boundaries with people because they don't give a damn. You also attract better friendships and better relationships when you love yourself. When you attract better relationships, like especially when you start dating or when you meet new friends or when you start working a new job, you have to set boundaries there too. Because we get in relationships with people, and half the time, the people we get in relationships with, they think they can do whatever they want because their ex let them do it. So whatever their ex let them do, they think they could do to you because they think they can get away with it because their ex let them get away with it. Well, no, you're in a whole new relationship with a whole new person. And for you, you're not going to let nobody run you over like that because you're not their ex. You are the new person. Whatever that be a man, whatever you're a woman or a man, like you get in a new, when you get in a relationship with somebody, you have to set boundaries too. And when you actually get in a relationship with new people and you see some toxic shit that you don't like, because there are going to be like, you're not going to meet a perfect person. Like there's nobody you meet that's going to be perfect. So don't be trying to meet new people and think that the person is going to be 10 times better than the other one, because majority of the time they are 10 times better. But if you see a red flag, you gotta go. Because if you don't go, you're going to be stuck with that red flag, and then that red flag is going to ruin your relationship or ruin your mental health. So when you actually set boundaries with people, and even tell people in relationships like, hey, I can't deal with that shit, like that shit's not going to fly with me, you can go back to your ex and you could do that with them because they allowed it. So when you get into new relationships, you attract better relationships. And even when you're single, that's why it's okay to be single for a while. Like I've been single for maybe like my whole life. So therefore I had plenty of time to actually learn to love myself. I mean, I'm not saying that like I've had perfect relationships, because I sure in the fuck didn't. But those relationships definitely taught me something about myself. Every relationship you get into, they teach you something about yourself that you may not have been aware of. But depending on your awareness and depending on your ego, then you will realize. Because sometimes pain is supposed to bring lessons, to help you grow and everything. So when you get in a relationship with people and when you see there's something wrong, you have to instantly call it out and be like, no, that's not going to fly with me. And if they have a problem with that, then that tells a lot about that person than it does to you. So people's reactions have nothing to do with you. But if the person is offended, like, oh, what you mean? Like, like, it's just my baby mama. Like, like, no, your baby mama is supposed to be out of your life from a distance. They should be from a distance. You're not in a relationship with this person no more. So they should be over there while you're in a new relationship with somebody else. Whatever it is, you cannot get in a relationship and let anything fly or let anything slide. So you attract better relationships when you learn how to love yourself. When you learn how to love yourself, then people will learn how to love you. Because when you're single and you don't have nobody to run to at nighttime, you have yourself and you're okay with being alone, you're okay with your own presence, you can actually be 10 times happier. You created your own happiness. You don't find that outside of you. And when you actually learn how to be by yourself and take care of yourself and love yourself, you actually become way more desirable. Because people who get in relationships, they can't focus on themselves because they focus on other people. They can't focus on themselves. Like, how many women or how many men get in relationships with people and they stop doing the things that they used to do? They stop going to the gym. They stop, doing the things that they did that they love to do. You're doing a disservice to yourself because you're putting all your energy into somebody else and not yourself. And you lose that focus on yourself, you lose yourself. So no matter what relationship you're in, you should always focus on yourself, because that other person at the end of the day, they can leave you and you'll be left by yourself. And you also make better choices. When you make better choices, it's a form of self-love too. Especially when it comes to eating, exercising, your relationships, your job, it's all a form of self-love. Every decision you make is a form of self-love. Some people don't have that self-love and they just go against themselves. Let's say, for instance, for drugs. Let's say you're at a party and someone tries to give you alcohol or give you drugs. It's a form of self-love to say no, because that shows that you don't have, boundaries for yourself. You can't say no to people. You can't say, no, I don't want none of that because I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be like her. I don't want to be like him. And clearly we all know by now what drugs do to people. And clearly we know what alcohol do to people nowadays. I mean, it's a form of self-love by saying, no, I don't want to accept that. And that's a life choice. That's a choice you made for yourself as well. And also what you eat. People eat whatever they want. And we already know that food is already, going higher and higher in price. At the same time, I'm mad about that, but I'm not mad about that, because the food that we've been eating since we were born was never good for us in the first place. Like, how many times have the doctors have told us that fast food wasn't good for us and that we should be eating vegetables? And how many times have we go to the corner store and get some candy and chips and shit? Like, you love yourself if you literally put goodness into your body. If you nurture yourself and you put live foods into your body. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't eat whatever that's in the store, but you just have to have, like, I always say, have your limits to what is good and what is bad. Like, if you know this can give you cancer, why would you eat that? If you know this is actually fulfilling for you, why do you not want to eat that? Like, and also, like, making decisions for yourself, like, changing your life around is a form of self-love. Because if you see that there's things falling apart in your life and things are not working out, your relationships are not working out, you have to make the decision to end all of that, get rid of that, start a whole new life. And then you also see who's in your life and who's not in your life. So making better choices can actually build you a better life and a better reality. And you can also attract better relationships because you just won't settle for less, and you say no to things that you know that's not good for you, and you say yes to things that are good for you. That's better choices. So you have that awareness to be like, oh, no, I can't do that. That's not for me. Then don't do it. And if you go against something that can harm you by feeding your pleasures, feeding your body, then you don't love yourself. Even when it comes to sex, people go above and beyond with whoever they have sex with. And to me, I just think it's kind of not sanitary to be out here having sex with just anybody you don't freaking know. That's a choice that people make all the time, is to have sex with strangers that they randomly meet. Or they have sex with people they shouldn't be having sex with. Like, that's a form of self-love, is not giving your body to some random person. To me, it's not even just about the body. It's also about my soul. It's about my energy. It's about my mind, my emotional, everything. It's not just about, like, my body. It's also about my spirit. It's also about my mind. Is why I won't give it to somebody, or I wouldn't want to go and have sex with some random person. But if you make a decision to say no, then you're giving yourself that self-love. But that's it that I wanted to talk about in this video. But if you resonate with this video, you can go ahead and like or comment down below what you think or your experience of what a time when someone, took advantage of you, or when you have to set a boundary with somebody, or if you're on your self-love journey, go ahead and share your experience and how it made you feel, so people can actually be okay with loving themselves and being alone for a while until the right person comes into your life. Because normally of the time when you actually take some time to nurture yourself, someone will eventually come in your life and nurture you. So it's always worth a shot to try something you have never done before. And self-love isn't selfish, it's actually self-care. It's self-care mentally, emotionally, and physically. But okay, bye.